What if I told you that America has toppled governments, started secret wars, and manipulated entire nations? Not through armies, but through a secret agency. Welcome to the world of the CIA, where the real power lies in silence. After World War II, the world was no longer the same. Two global superpowers emerged, the United States and the Soviet Union. As the Cold War began, America realized it needed more than just military strength. It needed eyes and ears around the world, and sometimes a hidden hand. In 1947, President Harry Truman signed the National Security Act, officially creating the Central Intelligence Agency, or CIA. Its mission? To gather foreign intelligence, protect U.S. interests, and secretly carry out operations that could reshape the world, without ever declaring war. Born from the ashes of World War II, the CIA became America's silent weapon in a global ideological battle, capitalism versus communism. But over time, that weapon would blur the lines between defense and manipulation. Iran 1953, the oil coup. In the early 1950s, Iran had a bold new leader, Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh. He was democratically elected, and he had one goal: to take back control of Iran's oil from British companies that had been profiting for decades. Mossadegh nationalized the oil industry, a popular move in Iran, but a threat to British and American interests. The U.S. feared he was leaning toward the Soviet Union. So, in 1953, the CIA launched Operation Ajax, a secret plan to overthrow him. CIA agents paid mobs to riot in the streets, bribed Iranian officials, and spread propaganda against Mossadegh. After days of chaos, the military turned on the prime minister. He was arrested, and the Shah of Iran, a pro-Western monarch, was restored to full power. America called it a victory, but in Iran, it planted the seeds of anger and distrust that would explode years later in the 1979 Islamic Revolution. Guatemala 1954, Bananas and Blood. In 1951, a schoolteacher named Jacobo Arbenz became the democratically elected president of Guatemala. His plan? Modernize the country, end corruption, and give land back to the people. One of his biggest moves, land reform, taking in used land from giant corporations and giving it to poor farmers. The biggest loser in this? The United Fruit Company, a powerful American business that controlled over 40% of Guatemala's farmland. United Fruit lobbied the U.S. government, claiming Arbenz was a communist threat. In truth, he wasn't. But the Cold War gave Washington a reason to act. The CIA launched Operation Success. They trained a rebel army, funded psychological warfare, and bombed parts of the country. The pressure worked. Arbenz was forced to resign in 1954. A military dictatorship took over, backed by the U.S., and friendly to business. But for the Guatemalan people, this was just the beginning of a nightmare. The country would fall into civil war, repression, and genocide for decades. All of it started with bananas. Congo 1960, the murder of a leader. In 1960, the Democratic Republic of Congo gained independence from Belgium, but freedom came with chaos. The country was rich in resources, but poor in unity. Tribal tensions, colonial interference, and foreign interests collided. Into this storm stepped Patrice Lumumba, the country's first prime minister, young, proud, and fiercely independent. Lumumba wanted full control over Congo's resources. He rejected Western control and even asked the Soviet Union for help when Belgium refused to leave. To the US, this was unacceptable. The Cold War was raging. The CIA feared Congo would become Africa's Cuba. So, the plan was set: remove Lumumba by any means necessary. With support from the CIA and Belgian intelligence, Lumumba was arrested, tortured, and eventually executed by a rival faction. His body was dissolved in acid. His name was erased from the headlines. But for many Africans, Lumumba became a symbol, not just of what was lost, but of what could have been.